Hey everybody, Spoonfed here with a video on H1E777's request on that he wants to have two Linux distros running next to each other and no windows. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first thing you're going to need to get is gparted and your two Linux distros. I'm going to use Ubuntu and Magia. So you're gonna go to gparted.sourceforge.net or just type gparted into Google and you will get it. You go to download and you're gonna download the stable release, which I've already done. If you don't know how to do or to make bootable CDs or DVDs out of ISO files, I have videos on that for XP, Vista, and 7 in my list. Plus, they are on linux.spoonfed.org. You can see them there. So get these, make your CD out of it. In Windows 7 it's really easy. You just right click and say burn ISO and then you're done. So you get that. You're gonna load your CD in it right now with gparted on there. So mark your CDs as to which, or DVDs, which one is which. You need DVDs for Ubuntu and Magia. So get one CD for gparted and a DVD for your Linux distro and another DVD for your Linux distro and mark them all. First up is gparted. Alright, so we've booted up gparted and I have to do everything with my keyboard from now on because somehow it does not want to take my mouse input correctly or something. I have no idea what happens. So and now from now on I have to do everything with keyboard, which is going to be a pain in the ass, but alright. First off, delete the old one and apply that. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new one, and I'm going to make it 15.13.2 with 2 being the swap space. You need some swap for Linux and they can both share one, so that's okay. So make this 15, make that X4, and we'll make it Ubuntu, add a new one, and I'll make this 13. I'll make this also X4, and then the last one we'll make Linux swap and it doesn't need a label. Right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to hit apply. This will take a while, and basically what we did is we deleted the partition that holds Windows. We did a new partition for Ubuntu in this case, another partition for Magia, and a swap space that they can both use. Swap space should actually be like 2 times your memory, so if you have 4 gigs memory, make it 8 gigs swap space. But that's, that's totally up to yourself. I mean, it's a bit weird to have an 8 gig swap space, because that's a huge amount of swap space. So yeah, if you get to the higher regions of memory, just equal it to memory basically. Alright, so it's going to be closed, and I'm going to try and see if I can do this. Yeah, that works. That's fine. We're going to reboot, and we're going to reboot it into Ubuntu. But before you put the disk out, wait till you see this. Please remove disk and close the tray if any, and press enter to continue. Now you're going to open up the disks, then put in your Ubuntu DVD or your Linux distro, the first one you want to install. In my case, no, I'm actually going to do Magia first, because I know Ubuntu is very good at recognizing other stuff that's on the hard disk already. So if you're going to do a Ubuntu-like one, save that one for last. Alright, so here we are at the install screen for Magia 2 Beta 2. Thought why not just do this one. I already did the video for it, of course. I also did a video for Ubuntu, but now we just wait until everything is set up as we want it to be. And the problem I'm having with my mouse is not the same problem you're gonna have, probably, because I have to do everything in a virtual machine, and this is actually a clone of another machine. So, and right now it does not even want to detect my mouse. So yeah, go figure. Like I said, I have to do everything with keyboard, so hopefully the mouse is in a out of the way location for most of the time, but it isn't. It's horrible. I'm gonna make it international keyboard next. Now here you can select what you want to do. You can say use existing, erase and use the whole disk, and here you can select if you have another one, but I don't have another one. So, and here you can see at the top we have Ubuntu, Magia, and Swap. The colors below that tell what they are. I wish I had a mouse, but I don't. But the red one is X, orange one is XFS, blue is Windows, and the other and otherwise it's empty. So I'm going to use existing partitions. That's exactly what I want. And the mount point is 15 and 12. So what I'm going to do here is mount point this that one, I mean, sorry. And here you can see I can do different things to it. If you're doing a big install of Linux, then you should have a separate, no, you should not, but it's recommended to have them, to have your like your boot separate, your user separate, and then the rest, as it were, or your home directory, I should say. So you have your boot, that's a very small one, then your files, and then a separate home. So you keep everything separated and don't flow into each other and get in the way of each other. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the whole thing on the 12 one, because that's the one for Magia. You see SDA1 and SDA2. SDA1 also refers to the left one, the first one I made a label for, which is Ubuntu. So try to remember that when you're doing this. So I'm going to do like so. So I'm going to keep the other one clean. So this is the only one that I want, yes. So but only for core media. I don't have a supplementary one. I don't have the network and stuff like that yet. We'll be making I believe it's called a Kickstart server, in which we can install remotely. So that's pretty awesome if you have that running. My cat's going crazy again. Alright, so here you can choose the layout. Now for this, yeah, I actually wanted to do I'm gonna do KDE still. So we have a KDE then on the system, and we have GNOME 1, which is Ubuntu. Well, Ubuntu is now Unity, but you know, whatever. Alright, so we are thanked for becoming a Magia user and installing Magia. Well, you're welcome. I'm not gonna let you sit here and watch the time pass by very slowly. So I'm just gonna let this install, and we'll be back when the next step arrives. And basically, yeah, there aren't many steps, you know, you need to do. So yeah, I'll see you when this is done. Alright, so here we are. Do your administrator password. Your icon doesn't really matter. Yes. Alright, so that's the user. Now we'll get into the bootloader section. Oh yeah. Now, like I said before, it's best to use Ubuntu as last because from past experience, what I have with it is that it detects other accents. Although I must say that Magia is, I think, capable of it as well. Just make sure you get a, I don't know, as a word, a mainstream distro, whatever that means, to as last to increase your to increase the outcome of that. It will read your hard disk partitioning right. I mean, it would suck very much so if you went to all the trouble and then one of your distros is gone. Like I had with it is an old version, but still it was the latest one at the time. It was Backtrack 3. I installed Ubuntu first. In that time, well, from the top of my head, it's either Jaunty Jackalope or which one came after that one? Carpet Koala. One of those two it was, and I installed Ubuntu first, then Backtrack, and then Ubuntu was gone. Everything was just, well, as it should be. Let's see if we can find my one in here. Why not? So annoying. Okay, this should do. I'll do custom. Oh no, that's not good because it won't. Because I know what custom means in this case, and that's not what I want. Well, I do have a flat panel, and it's like one size below this one, which is not that. This should be 720. So in this case, it will be the length that will be wrong. We'll see. Maybe they made a typo, and it should be 720 standing there. Who knows? Alright, so here you have everything boot grub graphic on dev SDA, which is fine because I have everything on dev SDA. You could have your bootloader on another something and not being able to boot this as well, but still have it as a, I don't know, let's say you have 3 hard disks or 2 hard disks, that's easier, in your PC, and that's dev SDA and dev SDB. So SDA will contain your 2 Linux partitions or distros, and partitions as well, but more importantly distros. You want it to boot off of SDA because on SDB you only have FreeNAS running, for example, for network attached storage. You don't want it to boot off of SDB because there's nothing on there except FreeNAS. So, you know, sometimes in these cases you want it like that. You could also have a computer that's almost dead, but you want to install something on there, but you want to boot it off of, I don't know, your external hard drive, for example. That way, if you take your PC somewhere and you don't have your external bootloader with you, which is only on a small USB stick, people will put on your PC and it won't boot. Could be a security measure that you want to implement if you are having a laptop and you're traveling a lot with it, because in any case, if it gets stolen or if you leave it somewhere, let's put it like that, on your hotel room, for example, not if it gets stolen, doesn't really matter because they will find a way around it, but if you are on a hotel and you have to leave your laptop there, then they can't boot it unless you put in your USB stick. Small like, how you call it? Getting the word. Trouble I'm having is the same that other people have. I cannot go down anymore. There we are. Is that when you're trying to think of what you want to say, then you lose the words. Well, everything is here. It says universal VMware mouse, but it does not want to do it yet. Oh no, I want it. Yeah, next. You can have the opportunity to download patches and fixes. Yeah, sure, go for it. So it's yeah, a small measure. That's what I want to say. For like, or countermeasure, I should say, for people booting up your laptop. If this is going to take a while, I'm going to pause it again. I have no idea what it's going to download and how long it's going to take, but by the looks of it, it's going to be a very long time. I have no idea what these lists are, but apparently they are like the same as the sources of apt-get, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this run, and oh, there's one thing I don't know actually. If you're having a wireless network only connection, as it were, I don't know if Magia can do that. I know Ubuntu can, because in Ubuntu you have like the backdrop of the installer is the live environment, so you can switch there, and during the install it will tell you that you can connect to a wireless network, but I don't know if Magia can do that. So if anybody runs in that, like during this step, install updates, you have to connect to internet, hopefully it will ask you for a wireless network connection, but that I cannot test. Yeah, we'll see each other when this is done. So it's done updating, and here it says congratulations, installation is complete. Remove the boot media and press enter to reboot. Now you're gonna put in your next distro. So for me, that's going to be Ubuntu. So here we are. We have booted up Ubuntu. Again, I have to do this. The resolution is a bit mangled, but yeah, sorry. No third party for this one. Continue. Well, here it says install Ubuntu alongside Magia Cauldron, so it sees it. But we're going to do something else actually, because we already made the partition for it, so we can specify it. Where is it? Here it is. So here we can specify this one. We'll do that one and say change. We'll leave this use as and x4, and mount point will be that one. I keep forgetting it's the other way around. I don't know why. Sorry. And we'll format partition. So, and now it should be like that, and it will mount everything on that first one. So we're gonna go to here we are. So we'll do install now, and let's see. Yeah, that's fine with me. English US, you get keys. It's getting very good at detecting everything automatically. Smooth, yeah, that's fine. We'll log in automatically. I don't know what the next step is. Next step's nothing. So we'll let this run, and then at the end we'll see what our final thing looks like. I hope it works. Right. So installation is complete. We're rebooting now. And I'm guessing at the end of this it will say remove all media and press enter. I believe that's the case with Ubuntu, but I'm not sure. So remove any CD or the CD you have now and don't put anything back in. Now rebooting the whole system, and here we go. So here we have Linux, which is actually Magia, and we have Ubuntu. Now we'll change this because it's a bit annoying to read Ubuntu. That's pretty fine, but then just Linux. So, but actually that's it. What we just did, we now have two distros running side by side without Windows. Windows is not on the system anymore. So I hope that answers your question 2 video on how to get two distros running side by side without Windows.